Hi, everyone. Alison here. I just wanted to say I hope you all have a great holiday. This episode is a replay from a couple years ago, but it's one that I find was so helpful for me and for so many others to navigate through this holiday season. So it has some great information, but of course, there might be some content that might be from a couple years ago, and you might be thinking, what the heck are they talking about? So I just wanted to hop on and let you know. But I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you for all new episodes next week. Hi, I'm Allison.
And I'm Taylor.
And together, we're the Anxiety Chicks.
Each week, we will dive deep into a different topic about anxiety and the real-life experiences we all go through,
while giving you all the top tools and tips you need for your journey to recovery.
Our degrees may say therapist and dietitian, but together we are just real chicks on our own healing journeys too.
Join us as we take you from panic to power and reduce the stigma of mental health. Remember, you're never alone, and we're all in this together. Hi, healers. Alison here. So I want to talk to y'all a little bit about one of our new sponsors, BetterHelp. I'm so excited to tell you about this online counseling platform because as a licensed therapist, I'm a huge advocate of mental health awareness and truly believe in providing affordable counseling services to anyone, anywhere. Let's face it, there's so many areas in the United States and around the world that can make it so difficult to find affordable counseling. And especially if you live in a more rural area, it can be really hard to find a counselor, which is why I love this online platform. BetterHelp is an online mental health healing platform that provides online counseling and matches you with your own licensed professional therapist. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's a professional counseling service done securely online and is available worldwide. What's even better is that there are a number of different licensed counselors who specialize in all different areas of mental health. BetterHelp makes it so easy to log onto your account at any time and contact your therapist directly. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses and can schedule as many weekly video or phone sessions as you would like. As a therapist, I know that it's not always possible to find the right therapist for your needs, especially the very first time. So BetterHelp has actually made it so easy to facilitate great therapeutic matches. And if you don't find a connection with your first counselor, there's absolutely no charge to change counselors if you ever need to. How amazing is that? And if you find that you're struggling financially, they also have financial aid available. So we have a special offer for all Anxiety Chick listeners today. Sign up now and receive 10% off your first month. Just visit betterhelp.com/theanxietychicks. That's BetterHelp, HELP/theanxietychicks, and join over 500,000 people who are taking charge of healing their mental health with an experienced counselor today. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Anxiety Chicks podcast. I'm Alison Sepanera.
And I'm Taylor.
And we are so excited to be here with you again on this week before Christmas for anyone that celebrates. We're going to get into a good topic today, mostly because I basically texted Taylor and was like, I'm struggling right now and I need to talk about this. And I talked to a couple different people too, and like got DMs of people that have been struggling this time of year. So I figured it would be a good episode to do in the week leading up to Christmas. But first and foremost, we want to say thank you again for all your reviews. We have gotten a couple new ones and they've been very nice. So if you feel like you enjoy listening to us, we would love to see a review from you, and if you could subscribe. But that just kind of gets our name out there to help raise more awareness for mental health and anxiety awareness. So that's what really kind of helps put our podcast forward. So we would love to see that if you want. And we're going to do a couple plugs in the beginning this time because I always wait for the end and I always forget. So if you guys haven't yet heard, I wrote a book and it's coming out in March. It's called The Anxiety Healer's Guide: Coping Strategies and Mindfulness Techniques to Calm the Mind and Body. So it's filled with I want to say thousands, but at least hundreds of different tools and techniques to help activate your parasympathetic nervous system. breathing techniques, grounding techniques. There's visualization exercises, meditations, all the stuff I've used on myself. It basically helps you create your own healing toolkit. That's all like chapter 10 is helping you kind of create that toolkit and what it looks like. And I give an example of what mine is. And so pick that up. You can go to the link in my bio at the Anxiety Healer or go to Amazon and just type in the Anxiety Healer's Guide. I'll put it in the show notes too, so you can just kind of click on that and you can pre-order it. So, Taylor, what's up with you lately? Anything good?
Actually last night I kind of posted this on my story. I'm really tired. I barely slept because I look out my window and there's 5 cop cars and a forensic van.
Oh my gosh.
I have never seen a forensic van in my life. I became full on FBI agent last night. I was creeping through the windows and my husband's like, "What are you doing? Like, you look so suspicious." And I'm like, "Good, come knock on my door. I would love some answers. I would love to ask them what's going on and if I should be concerned as a citizen." And like, my husband was like, "You are so weird." Like, he was like, "What are you?" Like, propping up my windows, walking past all windows. And then I got to see the full on action of, those cameras that they take of like a crime scene?
Yeah.
Like, they have the big flashes on them. Dude, this guy was like carrying one of them. He got in the forensic van, was like going through all these like cabinets. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm literally sitting through like a real like true crime. And then I was like, can I go to sleep? Like, I need to know what's going on. Is there a killer on the loose? Like, I was on 911 dispatches in my area.
Oh my
like,
God,
what?
Taylor. Honestly, I would probably be the same way, especially if there's like police cars out there and stuff. You're just like watching. Did you ever see that TikTok and like someone has done, a couple people have done the reels where the sound in the background of like 2 people fighting and like someone posts themselves like outside on their patio just like pretending to do something so they can listen to it, like
yeah. That's me.
It's so funny.
I was like, I need to let the dogs out. And then like my husband, he just like went to bed so gracefully and I'm sitting there on my laptop and then I'm like exposing myself to the most blue light of blue light. And I'm just like Googling 911 dispatch near me and like, what? Googled their address.
Wait, so did you ever find out?
No, and I bet it'll be uploaded today, I hope. I mean, I even posted in like the community Facebook group and then I deleted it this morning because I'm like, what if the killer is in the Facebook group?
Oh my gosh.
Sees
you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, but I'm not going down that route. I'm not going into someone's business.
No,
so I anxiously posted it at 1 a.m. in the Facebook group, probably why everyone was sleeping gracefully.
Yeah.
Deletes at 8 a.m.
I know, like not something I want to wake up and think about at all in the middle of the night.
Some people do drunken mistakes. I do anxious mistakes.
Oh my gosh, right. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, hopefully everything's okay with whatever that was.
I mean, I would think if there's a forensic van though, it was like a crime scene.
I mean, you're right. Yeah, I guess that's actually a good point.
And there was 5 cop cars and I saw these people walking in and out of this one house, 3 houses down.
Okay.
Freaky.
That's
freaky.
That's something, yeah, I would definitely want to know about. But yes,
like if it was just the cop cars, I'd be like, okay. But like the forensic van, like, like if it was an ambulance, I'd be like, okay, that's so sad. But a forensic van,
Well, let us
like, what?
Keep us posted in your stories. So anyone listening, go to her stories or see. I mean, they might be listening a year from now. Who knows? But just keep us posted. Maybe next episode. I'll ask you. Let us know, like the
I'll
update
next episode.
Okay. Well, that was exciting for you. I hope that you're feeling okay now.
No, so as I was doing all this, I was like, I have to podcast at 8 a.m. I was like, it is 3 a.m. What am I doing? Like, I could not sleep. Like, I was like,
girl.
What if there's someone on the loose? And like, I've never seen the cop cars be able to spend that much time out there. Like, they were there for hours.
Yeah.
5 cars.
It must have been like something kind of
freaky.
Like, yeah, serious if they were there for like a long time.
Yeah, normally like they would like show up, okay, everything's good, but like them staying that long and even the forensic van, I was like, geez, and it being that late in the night. I mean, granted, that's their shift, but
yeah. Okay. Well,
wild
happy holidays, everyone.
I'm like, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas. Like, Ah,
Oh my
and then I was
gosh.
like diving into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that house sold in August. Like I haven't gotten to see those people. Like I wonder if they were like sketchy people or something.
Well, let's hope that it wasn't anything having to do with like holiday stress, which is what we're going to talk about, like holiday emotions, because this time of year, you know what, I don't know like the specific research, but there has to be research around how like stressful this time of year is for so
I
many
mean, you're
different
totally
reasons.
right. Domestic violence, yeah.
Yeah, but like for so many different reasons too. Like I know a huge reason for a lot of anxiety and stress this time of year is like finances for a lot of people because like you
Yeah.
want to be able to like obviously, you know, if you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any other type of holiday, you're going to maybe buy some gifts or you're going to entertain, you have to like spend money on that and like food and all that stuff. And so I've read, yeah, a lot like finances, and sometimes a lot of partners and stuff don't really agree on what you should buy and what you should not buy. So there's like different like arguments about finances. Um, I will go into I will go into my kind of stressful situation for myself, which has kind of been a pattern for me throughout the holidays. Since gosh, I can't even remember. And mostly it's because I might have talked about this a little bit last year, but it's still so last year I had a boyfriend, right? It was a different guy. This year I have one too, but like my these feelings still happen for I don't know why I think that like I'll feel just like not lonely. Maybe when I'm like married and I have a family, I won't have time to like feel lonely during the holidays because I'll just be like running around doing things. I don't know. But like then I also talk to some of my friends that do have kids and they're married and they still feel lonely this time of year. So I think it has less to do with like being in a relationship and more to do with like the memories and like of people that you've lost in the past. So like if you had, you know, the deaths of some people you love, like this time of year can be so hard because the traditions you remember be them being there and then they're not there anymore. And so it just reminds you that they're not there. And so there's like a couple different I mean, that's you know, one for me too this year because my dad is not actually home with us. He's in assisted living. So we tried to plan how we can see him, but like he's not going to be there. And also, I am still technically single, like I'm not engaged or anything. And I've just been feeling it a lot more in the last like week or two. And I honestly, I have been open about it with my boyfriend, and he's been really sweet and understanding about it. But, you know, it's not something that I'm looking for him to be like, okay, well, guess what? Do you want to be married? Do you want to get married tomorrow? You know, it's not like like we're not there at all yet. But um, you know, and then so I don't know. It's just been hard. And I'm just so used to like being the girl that doesn't have a boyfriend at different parties. And like two of my friends just got engaged. And so that hit me really hard. And then it got me thinking, like, well, like is that really going to happen in my relationship ever? Like we don't really talk about that. And I'm like, is that normal? Like shouldn't we be talking about like if we see each other like that in our futures and we don't do that? And so then I'm start like spiraling. Anyway, I booked a therapy appointment, emergency therapy appointment with my therapist. So I'm hoping that will help a little bit. You know, that's kind of I think that actually was really helpful. And for anyone listening, you know, thinking like when they get stuck in their thoughts and they stuck in their whatever emotions like loneliness or sadness, I think it's always a good idea to kind of reach out for professional help if you need it in your support system. But that's kind of just where it's really been hard for me and it's always just this time of year. I don't know. And I just wonder if there is so much going on for me now with just unknowns and uncertainties and me like, you know, visualizing, you know, the holidays in the way that it always comes back to family for me. I don't know why. Like wanting this family unit so bad of like being in a house with a husband with kids. Like that will just complete like totally change the way I feel about the holidays, which is not true. You know, it's that's just
Right.
because that's something nice that I want to happen in my life, but that shouldn't be, what I just like continuously think will change my entire life and make me happy forever, like, so I don't know.
Well, first off, men. Men, I feel like never I'm thinking back with my husband, like if he and granted, so we were like young when we met, so I wasn't like waiting for him to like talk about that, but I feel like you maybe put pressure on yourself because of your age, so you're like waiting for him to like talk about getting serious. But I feel like men never have that talk, like about like I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like it just happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think when you're younger, there's not like pressure to talk
Yeah.
about those things. It
Right,
kind of just
right.
happens. You guys, he also has a kid, so there's a whole different dynamic. Um,
I also feel like guys, they kind of are like, we're together. Like we're dating. What more can I give you right now? Like we're doing the thing. What do you mean we're not serious?
I know. Yeah. No, you're right. And everyone's relationship is different, right? Like I think I
Right.
just have been comparing myself to stuff that I've seen on
Oh,
social
I agree.
media.
I feel like Instagram is the worst in December. You're like engagement, puppy, pregnancy announcement, engagement, puppy, pregnancy. It's just like I know even of like three people. Heck, I got engaged before right before Christmas. So it's just that time of year when everybody it just happens.
Yeah.
And then you get on Instagram and it's this highlight reel of like, oh, everyone's having all these things. And you're like, wow, my only memory of Christmas is losing my dad or losing my mom
Yeah.
or going through this. And everyone just seems to have such a good time. But once again, it is a highlight reel. I know people who have gotten engaged who should never have gotten engaged. And she just wanted the ring and the marriage and the life. You know what I mean? So it's like, you never even know what's going on behind those pictures or behind those relationships. All that ever truly matters at the end of the day is that you're secure in your relationship and you enjoy being around who you're with, you know?
Yeah. I know. I know. I totally agree. I think there's like part of me too that yes, I am older, and like these two people that got engaged, basically they were they've been together only a little longer than me and my boyfriend. Like maybe a couple months
Ah,
longer.
yeah.
So I'm like, what's wrong with this picture? Like, why is that happening so much quicker for them? And like, I mean, I know why, because I don't even know I don't even know this one girl's situation. She's not even really my friend. It's just social media. I've seen it on social media. I don't even, so that's kind of the slippery slope, right? Like, why am I, yeah, you're right. Like seeing these things on social media, but also I don't know what other obstacles. Maybe I don't think either of them have kids, right? Like I am dating someone with a child. So
Yeah, like he maybe hasn't been married before and they met each other and they were like, he's really been wanting to get married? Whereas like your boyfriend, he could have like hesitation. It could freak him the heck out. Like, because of his past, he could
yeah,
be like, I care about you, Allison. Like, I really, really like you. And I really like where this is going, but I'm a little more hesitant to just jump into marriage because my past.
yes. I mean, he's basically said that. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Whereas like a new guy's like, okay, my mom's been pressuring me to get married for like 10 years and here it is. I can
yeah.
finally make mama happy. It's funny.
No, I know. I know. It's so true. And it's at the pressure. I think it's the pressure, but I don't even think it's the pressure that anyone's putting on me. I think it's myself.
Yes, absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
put so much pressure on myself for like,
I also feel like he has a kid, so I feel like there's some men and women who meet in their 30s and 40s and they're like, we want kids, and
yeah.
so we need to like get this going, you know?
Yeah. No, for sure. Um yeah, and I mean there's not even in my mind, I don't think he's anywhere near like that right now. But
Right.
that's also like hard for me. Like I don't
Very
know
hard because you're like,
what
I
to
haven't
do.
had that. I haven't gotten to experience that. Like, I want
Yeah.
to experience that. You've gotten that. That's something I haven't gotten that you've had.
Yeah. And it's like so hard for me to be like patient and like just slow down all the time. I don't know why it's so hard. Maybe like I don't think it's I actually think I go in waves, but I think the last couple weeks and with Christmas, it's been so hard again to be like, it's okay. We're like,
I think I think you want it more than you allow yourself to admit. Like I think you're ready.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, for
And so I think
sure.
that's what makes it so hard because you're so ready, but like does he even know exactly how ready you are though?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean,
So
I've
so
said it. I have, but like, I haven't said it like that. And so probably just because I'm scared of what will happen. And
yeah.
I guess that's what my answer is because I'm scared of it. I don't think if I was in a relationship where it was like, well, this is what I eventually want, that I would
Right.
be scared to talk about it. But I don't think
Right.
he is capable of even like saying what that is right now.
Right.
So what do I do with that? Like, and now it's this time of year again, and it's like I don't, you know,
Are you
uh,
getting to spend any Christmas time with him?
yeah, totally, yeah. We're planning different things. We're able to spend New Year's together, and like we have this. We're gonna exchange gifts and stuff next week. We planned like a dinner, and like this week we're going out with my family, whatever. Um, yeah, I guess just like things come up more this time of year
I'm
in my brain.
curious to see how you feel after you do like a little Christmas thing with your family and him there.
I mean, it's just going to be like we're going to dinner with my mom, and
Right.
we might go to New Year's at my sister brother-in-law's for a little bit. I don't know. He said he wants to try and see if his family's around, but that's really hard sometimes because like his son, I haven't met his son yet. So like things
Right.
that he does with his family, his son's there, like I can't go yet. So
I
whatever.
think I think in I don't know if he got into any therapy, but I do know with like when the meets someone new, the process of introducing them to the new significant other, I feel like they put a time on it.
Yeah, I mean, now his ex has been with someone for a while. They like live together.
And
So the son
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
knows her new person. Um, but maybe. I mean, I don't that's the thing.
I
There's just a lot of
I only
question
know that
marks.
because of my husband's parents are divorced, and so I remember him telling me something about like you're not supposed to. I can't remember what the rule was. I don't know, but like that could be another thing. Like he could be like, how am I supposed to propose to someone like my son hasn't even approved of? Like my son is a vital part of me,
Yeah.
and that all has to happen
Oh
first.
my
So I feel like
gosh.
that's the pivotal moment, you know?
Totally. I mean, I'm not even he doesn't even know if he wants to get married again.
Ah.
Like
So
these
how
are
does that make you
like
feel?
I mean, horrible, not good.
Yeah, so that's where
He
you're freaking out because you're like, am I wasting my time?
Yes. Like he said he
Yeah.
would if he found the right person. So whatever that means. All right.
So now you're like, okay, am I the right person?
Right. I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but cool. Thanks. I guess that's
Right.
okay. So, and of course, like first of all, I would never even want to like like even like talk about living together without actually knowing and having a relationship with his son. That's like the first and
Right.
foremost thing. You cannot even plan anything without his son feeling like I'm a consistent person in his son's life. Like because the last thing I ever want to do is meet a child and then think that I would never be in that kid's life. Like all that kid needs
Right.
is another person like leaving his life, like
Right.
I don't want to do
Well,
that to a child.
has your boyfriend said anything about meeting him?
Yes, yes, we've talked
Okay,
about it.
then Allison, then that's serious.
Yeah,
That right there shows a guy without saying it, without a man saying his words, that he cares about you
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
No, I agree. I don't think he doesn't care about me. I don't believe me. That is not. It's more of like
I just this time of year, I think is the pressure again and is in my mind.
Yeah, it comes on heavier.
Yeah, it comes on heavier. I found like two of my friends just got engaged. It's the holidays. All I'm seeing is like family stuff. And again, it's just in my mind again. And I just feel that again.
Oh, another thing, the Christmas photos. You see tons of just like Christmas card
Oh, Christmas
photos,
cards. I've been
like the
getting,
matching outfits with the
yes.
yeah.
I've been getting all these Christmas cards. Very cute and so
Very cute,
happy.
very triggering.
But you know, like there might be people listening who's like, oh my gosh, I can totally identify. Like I'm still single. I've been that person who's always a single person. But there also might be people listening who actually are, like I said before, in relationships, but they feel stuck. Or
Yeah,
maybe they are married and have kids and they still feel stuck, not even
yeah,
just this time of year, but like it's hard. There's something that's maybe missing, or there's something that they really want to communicate with their partner about, but it's like really scary for them to do it. And I don't know. I've also am someone who does so much like self exploration. So I've been listening to like different podcasts and, reading different books and like trying to journal and just like always trying to like figure something out. I feel like what's the problem? Like, can someone just give me an answer to what's happening? I just want like an answer
right.
always. And that's not always going to be the case. Like I can't, I mean, obviously there's going to be a point where we talk about like what's happening for real,
Right.
like in the future. But I don't know. I just feel like this time of year is just like, can we just get it over with? Because there's just so much pressure from everything. I mean, just relationships, just like pressure to be a certain way during the holidays. And I don't know.
What I do when I feel that way is I just take away all the pressure. Like I'm like, okay, what are the pressures I'm feeling? And then I physically like take them and drop them in the trash. Like I'm like, okay, what? No, seriously, like what is the pressure I'm feeling? Oh, I feel like I don't go to enough holiday events and I don't say yes enough and I'm a loser and I sit at home. Okay, I take that pressure and I put it in the trash. Why? Because when I go to those events, how do I feel? I feel like, why are we here? Everybody's just getting drunk. Nobody will even remember I'm there. So why does it matter? I don't have fun at them. That's why I don't go. I'm not going to all of a sudden go because of Sue, Joe, and Bill who
right.
put the pressure on me that I should be there. Taking that pressure, throwing it in the trash.
Yeah. I know. It's
So now you right now take your pressure and throw it in the trash.
I'm going to throw it in the trash.
Throw it in the dumpster.
No, you're right.
The dumpster.
And
where it gets smashed.
Well, I actually have been I definitely feel like I've been way better this year than other years, but it's still there. The other day I posted a reel about how I woke up and I was just like, I want to lay in bed all day. Like, I'm so sad right now. I just am like sad and I'm lonely. I just want to be in bed. I just want to like whatever. And I made myself get up and I put on a yoga video. And then I took out one of my like anxiety journals. It's called like the No Worries Journal or something. And I just tried to change the pattern of how I usually respond when I'm sad and lonely and I just want to stay in bed. And so many people commented like, oh my gosh, thank you. This reminded me, I just want to break the pattern of what I usually do. Because you just get stuck sometimes with your thoughts.
Right.
And it's like, it makes you so like paralyzed. And
I know I saw a reel the other day that was like, what did it say? It was like ruminating, and then it was like stop, and then it was like, I forgot what the word was, but it was like divert the action. So it was like you're ruminating, you catch yourself ruminating, pause, divert the action or whatever. So you have to like catch yourself in those patterns. You're like, am I spiraling right now? What do my thoughts sound like right now? Catching your thoughts, diverting the action.
That's great. Yeah. That's essentially what I did. Sometimes it almost like you don't catch it in time. And then the spirals just get
Right.
so loud
Right.
and it's so hard to come back out of it. But yeah, if you can become more just like consciously aware of your emotions and literally how you are feeling, and say to yourself, no, I really want to change. Like I want to do something different right now. I don't want to,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, you want to acknowledge and like not what's the word? You want to acknowledge those thoughts and those feelings and not invalidate yourself. You want to validate yourself. Like, what I'm feeling is okay. It's okay to be very upset. It's okay. It's even okay to lay in bed and cry for a little bit if you have to. But
Yeah.
then say, okay, I acknowledge that part of myself. What can I do to make myself feel better because myself matters and I love myself and I'm going to do this only for me, only to help me. And so I'm going to get up and I'm going to put that yoga video, and not to ignore the feelings I was feeling, but to help me. It's not about like
Yes.
ignoring or masking those feelings.
No.
Acknowledging them is beautiful, but then loving you enough to do something to help yourself.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
And I did that. And that's why I was like sitting on my yoga mat before I actually started the video. And I was like, I need to share this because I can't believe I did something different. Like I it was like total real time. I
Right.
decided I needed to do something. And after I did the video and I wrote a little bit, I definitely felt better. I mean, I wasn't, cured of, I still had some feelings, but they were just very less intense. And, um, and then I had this exchange with my boyfriend yesterday on text. Like, we didn't really talk too much because we were both like doing stuff, but, we usually plan to talk on Sunday nights, but sometimes he'll like text me, hey, like maybe we can chat tomorrow, or can you chat tomorrow, or something like that. Like, and I always say to him, you don't need to ask me if we can talk. Like, just call me. Like, you
Right.
literally don't need to ask me these questions. Like, literally pick up the phone and call me if you want to.
Right.
And I don't know what that's about, but like he still does that sometimes. And so, last night I was just like, I'm going to go to sleep early. I haven't heard from you, whatever. And he called me, but I was like, I was still upset that we didn't talk yet, that I didn't answer the phone. And and so there was part of me that was like, I just really needed to talk to him yesterday because I was feeling more lonely. I went to visit my one friend that just got engaged, and I was hanging out with the two of them, and they told me the story, and it was just like me, and I love them. I'm so happy for them. And, her fiance is just such a nice guy. And the story was, so I got home and I was just like, oh my God. Like, I was like mad at my boyfriend, but like also I missed him. It was just like, nothing that really had to do with my boyfriend. It was more to
Right.
do with
Like
like,
he did nothing wrong. It was
no,
just like your mind creating this like battle
we're
of its
still where
own.
we are in our we're
Right.
still where we are. Nothing's changed. It's totally, the same. But like then that just hit me a lot harder. And so this whole, we're supposed to talk. And I texted, I'm like, you said this thing about maybe talking, and I don't know what that meant. And I'm like, so I ended up calling him back. And because I'm like, this is not how I communicate. I don't communicate through text like this about this stuff. Like, no. And I said, I felt, and he was just like saying, I'm so sorry you feel lonely. And like, we're going to be together on Tuesday and we're going to have a nice dinner and all this stuff. And I'm like, I know, it's just, maybe like moving forward, we can decide on a time when we're going to talk on Sundays. And like, there's just no, and he's like, you can always just call me too. If you feel like you're feeling lonely and you're feeling like I can step away, and you can call me. And that's another thing I'm struggling with. Sometimes my expectations are like, he's busier. So like, he'll call me when he isn't too busy. And part of me is still the girl that's like, he'll call me when he's thinking of me. And so that's nice. I want him to just call me when he's thinking of me. And
Right.
that's was part of it too. And, we basically we talked about it and then came to a conclusion on how he's like, okay, he's like, I won't ask those questions anymore and we'll just plan a time to talk. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I guess that takes care of whatever that was last night about talking to each other on the phone. But I'm still feeling was feeling kind of lost. And so talking to him definitely made me feel better last night. But it's also not. It's way more than just about him. All of this stuff, I think.
Right. Absolutely.
So I don't know. That's been part of my stress. And then obviously my dad, who's in the assisted living. So like anyone who is going through like someone they love being sick or, not doing well, or someone being older, or if maybe someone, like I said before, if you lost someone, either to COVID or lost someone for some other reason. I mean, this time of year is always, I feel like so triggering for a lot of people.
Absolutely, because you think of those times and you relate it. This is always like a signature reminder.
I mean, really, especially if you have like certain traditions that
right
that person is usually involved in. And, I also know of some of my friends that had been going through some fertility issues and, just different concerns about fertility and where they thought they would see themselves with their, with another child or like a bigger family. And that didn't have, you have this, you almost like have a vision of what you expect your life to look like when it comes to a certain age.
Yeah, you got to throw that in the trash.
I know. It says the expectations for myself.
That's where you get in big trouble with your significant other, yourself, your marriage, your relationship, is when you have these false expectations built on what you see online, what you hear from other people. You're even not ever going to get the full 100% from your friends. I'm sorry. There are still things that you are not hearing. You have no idea are going on. And unfortunately, that's where our expectations are set on, are from what we see, what we hear, and just everything that we're shown on social media looks so perfect and so nice. Like, I mean, one time I saw this like guy do this thing for this girl and I showed the video to my husband and I was like, why don't you do that? And it's like, what? Like, it's like, like he does awesome things too in his own way. And
oh my gosh.
That's why expectations are so dangerous, because they'll always let you down in some way because it'll never be exactly what you saw.
Let's not even talk about the fact that all of the like the Christmas movies on like the Hallmark Channel and like just even different movies in general, that's for some reason been coming up in my brain. What was I watching the other day? And I was like, oh my gosh, why? Yeah, I thought that to myself. I was like, why can't he just like say, oh, I know.
It's like, it's a movie. It's scripted.
Well, no, I know. But I'm thinking, I'm like, there's men that can like say these things and I know that they can. And why can't he say these things to me? I was watching Girls again. You guys know, if you've listened to this podcast, I talk about the show Girls on HBO, which was from like 10 years ago or something. All the time. It's just my show that I love whenever I am feeling like down or something. It just gets me out of my head and I love watching the show. And so Hannah's boyfriend, the character in that show, Adam, who is, Adam Driver, who I love. I don't know if you know who that actor is, but oh my God, I love him. He is this like, he's just interesting. He's an odd guy. I wonder, you've never seen it? Have you ever seen Girls? Okay.
No.
I feel like maybe you would like it. It's about like girls your age living in New York City. But anyway, so he's just like, he's quirky, he's different, but I love it. He's, you end up like loving his character. And even though he's this kind of like weird, like mysterious kind of like odd guy, he still says like such nice things to Hannah. Just like, you're beautiful. Like he just says things. And I'm just like, I don't hear that a lot from my boyfriend. And I wish he could just like say those things to me more. And I've like asked him about that different times. And I just don't think he know, like,
But
my,
that might not be him.
well, that's what I'm thinking. Like it's not. He tries and he says like things in his own way. But like then is that like can I handle that? I don't know. Like I and like my therapist and most like experts would say, of course, because you shouldn't need the reassurance from him. Like you should get the
Right.
reassurance from yourself. Right?
Right.
Like he of course like tells you these things every now and then. It's not all the time, but you know, someone who's anxiously attached is always going to need so much reassurance. And yeah,
Right.
like maybe that's just not the kind of person he is, but he does try, but I don't know, maybe I need that in the relationship. Like my love language is words of affirmation and quality time. Like maybe I need some more of that. So it's just all, seeing all these things in the movies or like, you think about how growing up and like Disney and stuff like that. I think I talked about that before, just like how everything is so the fantasy, right, of a relationship. It's just so false. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
um, but yeah, so I don't know. It feels better talking about it, honestly, on here. And I'd love to hear if anyone can like relate to that. But I mean, I know I've been talking about myself for a while. I apologize, but what about like do you feel anxious this time of year or like you just kind of like is it more the social stuff for you?
So around this time of year is actually the one time of the year where I feel joy, actually. I don't know. I had a really good childhood traditions just with my family, but what I do know is that when I do lose my parents one day, which is inevitable,
Mm-hmm.
I will be that person who really has a hard time around the holidays because a lot of the joy I do feel around the holidays is with my mom and dad, my brother,
Mm-hmm.
and just the things we do,
Mm-hmm.
So that was Christmas was a big thing in my family growing up.
Okay.
So just there's a lot of joy around it and
Right.
I still have my parents and I still have my brother and we still all get together and so it's still there.
Yeah.
So I haven't experienced that loss that a lot of people might that I know I will feel when that does happen, which is inevitable.
Right.
And so I feel for those people because I do think deep enough though, like I will think wow, this will be really sad going like the holidays will be very sad. I
Yeah.
think that way. I'm like, I feel for those people who they think about putting the tree up with their parents or Christmas dinner or whatever. They don't have a lot of friends. Like I'm not a big I have my core like three friends that I
Mm-hmm.
love and I have like a group of friends, but I don't really care. Like I've just grown past that. I it's a waste of my time in my head because it just doesn't bring me joy. And so like my family I'm very close with.
Yeah.
And so when I do lose them, it will be harder because I'm closer to them than anyone.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
definitely feel for anyone who's dealing with any type of loss. Even if it was 10 years ago, like it's
Yeah.
still the holidays bring it up, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah. Well, and even like some people that might not even have family, right? Like maybe they live
Yeah,
far away and they can't get to their family or
right.
I've been seeing some people on Instagram and TikTok that have been talking about like they just tested positive for COVID. So they can't travel. They have to quarantine and now they're not allowed to go travel anymore. Um and some people that just don't have family around and so it can be really isolating and can be really hard for people. And so I think in those cases if you feel like, you know, you don't really have family to spend time with, I wonder if you know, if there's a way for you to kind of get in touch with either a friend that, has maybe you're not super close with or you are, and asking that friend if what they're doing. And maybe you can spend some time with that person, and just make some
Or
time
even
and
an
it just
online community. Like even if you don't have a
yeah.
single friend, you're like, "Hey, I don't have a single friend." Just an online community. Anything where you can
Yeah.
find someone to just say, "Hey, not
Like
well," and
any
someone
yeah,
says, "I see you," you know?
any totally. I mean, even any community like in real life right now if things are happening again. I don't know. I know a lot of people that do identify with a certain like religion, that community is helpful for them. So
Right.
anyone that does identify with some type of religious community, maybe, that's another option if they're feeling like lonely. But anyway, I really appreciate giving me the space to talk about this today.
Absolutely.
Because I hopefully like a lot of you guys can relate and you feel, less alone in what you're going through this time of year. And just know that it's just a day. So we will see you guys next time, and happy holidays and happy healing.
Bye.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of The Anxiety Chicks with Taylor and I. As always, you can find us on Instagram. You can find me, Alison Sepanera, as The Anxiety Healer, and Taylor as health_anxiety. Thanks, everyone. Happy healing.